Aging is often described as a season of wisdom, calmness, and perspective, but one of the subtle changes many people notice is how their social lives begin to shrink. Those who were once lively and outgoing often prefer quieter spaces, smaller circles, or even solitude. Friends and family sometimes misinterpret this as bitterness, depression, or disinterest, but in reality, there are very real reasons behind this shift. Pulling away from others in later life is not always a negative choice. It is often a natural adjustment that reflects emotional, physical, and spiritual changes. Let's explore 6 genuine reasons seniors distance themselves from others as they grow older. Number 1. Living with the reality of loss. With age comes the inevitability of loss. Friends, siblings, and in some cases a spouse. These absences leave behind a kind of silence that gatherings cannot fill. Attending social events can become painful reminders of who is no longer present. For many older adults, grief changes how they approach relationships. They may hesitate to form new bonds out of fear that those two will eventually end. Instead of reliving heartache, some find it easier to step back. It's not about rejecting people, it's about protecting the heart. The weight of repeated goodbyes often leads seniors to find comfort in solitude, rather than in company that emphasizes what has been lost. Number 2. Choosing depth over busyness. When we're younger, socializing often feels like a priority, meeting new people, attending events, being part of groups, but with time, priorities evolve. Seniors no longer feel the need to be everywhere, to please everyone, or to fill schedules with activity. Instead, they look for deeper, more meaningful exchanges. A quiet afternoon with a trusted friend or a heartfelt conversation often matters more than a room full of chatter. Small talk and shallow interactions hold less appeal. Physical energy also plays a role. As the body tires more easily, many seniors become selective about how and where they spend their time. They aren't antisocial, they're simply conserving energy for what truly matters. Number 3. Health and physical barriers. Aging bodies often come with challenges: hearing problems, limited mobility, chronic pain, or fatigue. These hurdles can make social gatherings feel more exhausting than enjoyable. Imagine struggling to follow a conversation in a noisy room, or hesitating to attend a party because walking, standing, or traveling feels overwhelming. Over time, many choose the comfort of staying home rather than navigating these difficulties. Self-consciousness can add another layer. Needing assistance, using a cane, or taking frequent breaks may make some feel embarrassed. To avoid vulnerability, they quietly step back from social life. In these cases, withdrawal has little to do with losing interest in people. It's simply the body setting limits. Number 4. The need for peace and quiet. As the years pass, many seniors begin to treasure peace more than stimulation. The noise and busyness that once energized them may now feel overwhelming. Simple moments watching the sunrise, listening to birds, or enjoying a warm cup of tea bring more satisfaction than crowded events. Seniors often feel they've earned the right to live on their own terms. Free from the pressure of constant social expectations, there's also an awareness that time is precious. Instead of scattering their attention everywhere, older adults often focus on what brings calmness, comfort, and meaning. Choosing solitude becomes less about avoiding people and more about protecting peace of mind. Number 5. Changing relationships and disappointments. Life inevitably reshapes relationships. Friends move away, families get busy, and children often have demanding lives of their own. These changes can leave seniors feeling forgotten or left behind. After years of investing in others, some older adults are disappointed when the effort isn't reciprocated. Rather than chase after relationships that no longer feel balanced, they choose to step back. Generational gaps also make connections harder. Seniors may feel out of place in conversations filled with technology, career struggles, or cultural shifts. Instead of forcing themselves to fit in, they retreat into spaces where they feel more understood. This withdrawal is rarely out of anger. It's often a quiet acceptance that relationships evolve, and not all can be held on to. Number 6. Turning inward for reflection. Perhaps the most overlooked reason seniors pull away is the inner journey of reflection. Later life naturally invites questions of meaning, purpose, and legacy. Many find themselves revisiting memories, processing regrets, and appreciating achievements. This kind of soul work requires quiet, constant busyness, or shallow interaction distracts from it. Spiritual practices such as prayer, meditation, or reading often become central, and these require solitude. For some, this inward turn is also preparation, making peace with life's end, and finding comfort in reflection rather than distraction. To outsiders, it may look like loneliness, but for seniors, it can be one of the most fulfilling phases of life. Final thoughts. Solitude isn't always isolation. Withdrawing from others in old age doesn't necessarily mean unhappiness or loneliness. More often, it's a thoughtful choice. Seniors pull back for many reasons: grief, health challenges, shifting priorities, the need for peace, changing relationships, and self-reflection. For family and friends, the key is not to judge this withdrawal but to respect it. Offering genuine companionship, patience, and understanding can make a big difference. Instead of pushing seniors into activities they don't want, meet them where they are, whether in conversation, quiet company, or simply presence. Growing older is a journey of change. The way we connect with others evolves too. Seniors may choose smaller circles or more solitude, but this doesn't mean they've stopped valuing love. Often, they're simply embracing a new rhythm of life, one defined by peace, wisdom, and authenticity. Stepping back from people in the later chapters of life is often misunderstood. To younger eyes, it can look like seniors are lonely, sad, or even bitter. But in reality, what looks like withdrawal is often a very deliberate choice. It is a reflection of wisdom, changing priorities, and the natural rhythm of aging. For many seniors, solitude is not emptiness, it is freedom. It allows them to live without the weight of social obligations, to guard their energy, and to spend time in ways that feel nourishing to the soul. After decades of giving to others, whether raising families, working tirelessly, or maintaining endless connections, older adults often feel entitled to finally put their own peace first. This is not selfishness. It is self-preservation and, in many cases, self-love. Of course, there is a difference between healthy solitude and harmful isolation. Being alone can be deeply fulfilling when it is chosen, but it can be painful when it is forced. That's why family and friends play such an important role. Instead of pressuring seniors to return to a busy social life, the most valuable gift loved ones can give is understanding, respecting their choices, checking in with kindness, and offering companionship on their terms can bridge the gap between solitude and loneliness. Ultimately, pulling away from others in old age is not about rejecting the world. It is about redefining one's place in it. Seniors are not turning their backs on love or connection. They are simply choosing to experience them differently. By honoring their need for peace, reflection, and authenticity, we not only support their well-being, but also learn an important lesson ourselves, that as life slows down, what truly matters is not the number of people around us, but the quality of the moments we share and the depth of peace we find within. As we grow older, pulling away from others is rarely about rejecting people. It is about adjusting to life's realities, losses, health struggles, shifting priorities, and the simple desire for peace all shape the way seniors choose to spend their time. What may look like distance is often just a natural transition into a slower, quieter, and more reflective stage of life. For many older adults, solitude is not loneliness, it is relief. It allows them to move at their own pace, to live without constant demands, and to focus on what truly matters. After decades of caring for others, meeting expectations, and carrying responsibilities, they begin to honor their own need for rest, meaning, and authenticity. That shift is not selfish, it is wise. Still, the need for connection never disappears. Seniors may no longer want big gatherings or endless chatter, but they still value being remembered, loved, and understood. A quiet visit, a phone call, or even sitting together in silence can mean more than a crowded party ever could. At this stage, depth of connection matters far more than quantity.